Hello, how are we? Welcome to another edition of Up the Reds with me, Andy Canby. Right, okay. Don't know where to start with this one, really. We've just been mullered by Brighton at their place, 3-0. It could have been 4, 5, maybe 6 today. So it's really a difficult one for me to take, because yesterday I did a VT yesterday, and I said I was concerned about this game, and I don't want to come on here and say I told you so. That's not what I want to do. I want to delve a bit deeper now of the concerns that we have at the football club, from the owners, from the manager, and the players that are at the football club. Let's just talk about the game today. I watched it. I've no idea what formation that was in the first half. I couldn't fathom it out. We got away with a VAR. We got away with a few chances that they had, but we were just being opened up. It was like somebody just carving through, us. Like, it was just like butter. It just really was poor first half that I couldn't fathom it out. And then second half, Joe Matip, mistake, different player in this game from the last game, but a Liverpool player makes a grotesque mistake that leads to the goal. I mean, I've no idea what is up with these players in playing balls. Absolutely, they train all week, and then he makes a mistake like that, and we rightly get punished. Second goal, so easy again. It's the third goal from a throw-in, and I was tweeting as I was watching the game, but it was going from shambles to ridiculous. It really was poor by the players and by Jurgen today. Now, let's go back 24 hours, not even that. When Jurgen had his press conference, he said in his press conference that they've had a really good week on the training pitch. Well, if that was a good week, I'd hate to see what a bad week on the training pitch is like, because that was absolutely diabolical. The point I'm trying to get here is the players are not playing for Jurgen Klopp anymore. And Jurgen Klopp is feeding off the loyalty of those players when he should be a manager. Him and his coaches should be saying, look, to these senior players, if you're not going to do it, I'll go with what I've got. And to be fair, he didn't have much on the bench today. Gomez, Milner, Keita, Jones, Elliott, Tsimikas, Carvalho, Dork and Kelleher. Okay, players missing. Van Dijk, Jota, Diaz, Bobby, Nunes. Would they have made a difference in this game today? They might have done. I'm not 100% sure. But I think Jurgen needs to take some responsibility for the way we were set up today, because I said yesterday that these guys would carve us up, and rightly so. We had 38% possession and 2 shots on target. That is not acceptable at all. And I'm having a go at the senior players here, the ones that should be putting in a shift. Hendo, non-existent. Fabinho, non-existent. Thiago, constantly running into traffic and making the odd ball. These are midfield players. But Andy Robertson, exposed. Trent, exposed. Balls over the top. No pressing. no tackling. We had a little bit of a spell when we had the 4 substitutions made. You know, Klopp could have took any of the players off in that game, 60 odd minutes. You know, Ox came off, Hendo came off, Fabinho came off, Joe Matip came off. You know, and Naby comes on. Now, I did mention Naby in what team I'd like us to play tomorrow, and I wanted us to play a 4-2, 3-1, and with Naby playing in there. I did say the Ox, but then I realised that Naby was available and would play. Naby comes on in the second half. We know he's leaving in the summer. We know Oxlade-Chamberlain wants to either go this January or in the summer because they're out of contract. But you're playing for Liverpool Football Club. You should be more than what you're doing now. You should be. You're letting yourselves down. You're upsetting a lot of the fan base because a lot of the fan base are having a go at FSG out because of the underfunding in the transfer market. FSG out, you need to sell the club because you've put it up for sale, then you've changed your minds. Some fans are having a go at Jurgen Klopp. I understand that, you know, and I can't disagree with your opinions about Jurgen Klopp. Some people are calling for his head. Am I calling for his head? As I was an advocate before he came to the club. Well, I have to look at the bigger picture. People are saying that this is the same things happening to him at Liverpool that happened to him at Mainz, happened to him at Dortmund. It's coming round full circle again. His loyalty to the players and not getting the players that he wants in. Is that a transfer thing? Look, when we were good, we were good. When we're bad, we're awful. We're not bad, we are awful. We are all over the place. And that's the question I'm saying. Send me a comment if you disagree with the players letting Jurgen Klopp down. Look, we know Jurgen's made the mistake. Okay, I understand that bit. But are these players putting in a shift? If you're working on the training pitch for 6-7 days before a game, surely you've got to be getting that across onto the pitch, the way you play. We play Wolves on Tuesday. Play the youngsters. Get out of the competition because we have Chelsea next week. And Chelsea, they've got horrendous injury problems. But even with their squad, their team, the players, they would carve us through, just like Brighton have done. And, you know, and that would be at Anfield, a Chelsea team coming to Anfield, and our players playing like that and carving us through and taking all 3 points. It's beyond belief to imagine that, but you have to imagine it because that's what's happening. We are in a major upheaval. I said it yesterday, on and off the field. You know, it really is bad. That is probably the worst. The performances are getting bad. They're getting worse with every game. And I saw Jurgen Klopp at the end, you know, doing the old Indian side of, you know, I'm sorry, you know, you shouldn't have made the 500 odd mile trip to Brighton or whatever and watch us play like that. I don't want to see that. I want to see on the sidelines him barking instructions at the players. If they're not playing in a certain, having a right go at them. You know, I didn't see any of that. I just saw, all right, we go 1-0 down. We're going to lose this. We're going to lose this game. I would have yanked Matip off within 5 minutes of that mistake happening. just to give a kick up the arse to the rest of the lads that were playing. Look, this is unacceptable. But no, we make the substitutions, after 60 odd minutes, 2-0 down. And then obviously, it was overall picture. We had a shit pre-season. We had a mediocre first half of the season where we showed glimpses. We decided that the players that were left behind from the World Cup should have 2 or 3 weeks off, and then we go to Dubai. Another shit decision. That was. And then come back and then hit the ground running. When I say the beginning of the season, the pre-season was shite, we were flying all over the place. And I've mentioned this on my previous VTs here. We're just a cash cow now. That's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Where we've come from the good years under FSG and Jurgen Klopp. Forget about the other managers or whatever. Do I want FSG out? Yes, I do. Do I want them to sell? Yes, I do. Do I want it to be done sooner than later? Yes, I do. Reason for that is because they put the club up for sale and then they change their minds. They've made mistakes in the past. Champions League, sorting this breakaway Champions League out, that probably broke the camel's back for most supporters. We forgave them. Who do I want coming in? Let's have the Arabs in, taking us over. Kills me to say it because I'm an older supporter where we had principles, and I said it yesterday and I'll say it again, probably need to change. Our fan base is a younger fan base, probably don't understand the football club in its whole entirety, and I apologise if I offend you by saying that, but I'm looking at the picture now of the next generation of fans. We can't be going back to performing pre-FSG under Gillette and Hicks and whatever. We can't. Otherwise, we're not going to be in the Champions League for 3 or 4 seasons, and that's the reality. We have to be at the top table because we've got used. Well, I've known it for years, okay, but the younger generation, they've got used to that Champions League. Are we going to even make the top 8 or even top 9? Looking at the games that we've got coming, I fear for the Real Madrid game. I really, really do fear for us playing. I know it's Champions League night, Anfield's rocking and everything, but if the team's playing like it is, Anfield ain't going to be rocking. We're going to be thinking, what performance are we going to turn out? That is my honest opinion. It's damning. Some people have already said that Jurgen Klopp needs to go. We need to bring somebody new in. If that happens, they'll play under the FSG model, and we have to rely on the youngsters because our squad isn't good enough at the moment. And that's with the 11 that started today. I tweeted after the game, this was our best senior 11 to start the game today. Bar the ones that are out injured. And no, I didn't see anything from that game Play the youngsters on Tuesday. See how we get on. Ben Doak came on, 17 years old, but he was getting stuck in. I didn't see that from Jordan Henderson, though he picked up a yellow card. Fabinho picked up a yellow card, but that young lad come on for the first 10-15 minutes, wanted to get involved. Harvey Elliott was given a ball that he should have buried. Trent gave a great pass to Cody Gakpo. Should have buried it. That would have brought us probably back into them. We had a couple of chances in the second half, but yeah, you know But I need to give every credit to Brighton. You know, and their gaffer played some lovely football. You know, this is with my coach's head on. Played some absolutely lovely football. So the lads make their way back from Brighton. I'd be having them in tomorrow, training. I wouldn't be giving them a day off. I'd be showing them that horror show. You know, and some home truths should be said. Real home truths. Some players are letting us down, big style. You know, on the coaching front, I said it. Pep Linder's giving his book out mid-season. What's all that about? You know, let's be a bit more professional than that. Yeah, it's this is going to be a tough one to take. We have to be honest. We are slithering off that top table, and there's teams around us that are performing way better than ourselves. Way better. We've lost our mojo. Are we going to get it back this season? No. I did mention in previous VTs that this will have to be a transition season. I accept the transition season bit, but what I won't accept is performances like that from the players and from the manager. There's going to be no more incomings in the transfer market unless there's some significant development from what was said from Jurgen Klopp's press conference yesterday. So, which again, I did say to you yesterday in my VT yesterday, he was slightly narked with some of the questions he was being asked about transfers, etc. You know, are there going to be more signings after Cody Gakpo? Well, you know, I don't need to repeat what he said. He just lost it for a few moments with a journo that's been covering Liverpool since day one he's been in, and he was really having a go at him. Really, is that what you need to ask me now? As long as I've known you, for you coming here, etc., and me having to explain to you your question when you know what the answer is. Yeah, so be interesting to see what lineup we play against against Wolves on Tuesday. I might do another one of these tomorrow when we might get a bit more. If you don't hear from me tomorrow, I'll do one on Monday for the Wolves game on Tuesday. Just one last thing from me. If you like what I'm doing, give me a like below, please. Send me your comments. Subscribe if you want to, so you get these straight away when I've uploaded them before I put them on Twitter for anybody else to see. And please like, please share, please subscribe. This is Up the Reds and all things Liverpool. Just to let you know, on the game earlier on today, the mini derby, I watched that. The very, very young schoolboy under 18s, and I say schoolboy, there was 5 schoolboys in that. They drew 2-2 with Everton. So it was just a typical academy game. Went 1-0 up after about 4 minutes, and then they equalised. Went 2-1 up second half, and then they equalised them at the death there. So yeah, the under-21s are playing Manchester United tonight. Kickoff was 5 o'clock at the Lee Sports Arena. I said on yesterday's VT I didn't know where they were going to be playing that game, but that's where it is. So the ladies are playing tomorrow against Manchester United. 2:05 kickoff, and it's on the BBC if you want to watch that game. Right, I'm going to have a few beers now, drown my sorrows after watching that. Enjoy the rest of the evening best you can. Up the Reds.